Good morning, Year 11. Pause the video and play when you're ready to go through the answers. Okay, so the problem is just picking two reds. We're going to go along the branches, so we need to multiply. So we've got 2/3 multiplied by 2/3, which is going to give us the probability of 4/9. If we go here, so t plus 3 cubed is going to be t plus 3 multiplied by t plus 3 multiplied by t plus 3. If you multiply out the first two, you've got t squared plus 6t plus 9, and you're multiplying that by the other t plus 3. Make sure you don't make any mistakes. In the exam, some of you were making just one mistake and it was a real shame for you to lose the marks. So if we write this out, hopefully I haven't made a mistake, but we've got t cubed and then we've got 9t squared plus 27t plus 27. Now, I said yesterday we can factorise out the y's, so we've got y brackets 3x plus 2 equals g. So then I can just divide both sides by the bracket, so I've got y equals g over 3x plus 2. Now this one's slightly different. We've got a to b equals 3 to 4. So a to b, the way that I think of this is almost by drawing some boxes. A is 3 boxes, B is 4 boxes. Now, how do I link the two? How many lots of 3 do I need to match how many blocks of 4 I need? Well, hopefully you can see that I need 4 lots of A to equal 3 lots of B. And that's my equation. So you need to either spot that it's the other way round or draw the pictures. We need 4 lots of A, and that will equal 3 lots of B. Okay. Today's title is Graph Transformations. Pause the video, play when you're ready to go through the answers. Can you copy down this block here? Okay, so we've got y equals f of x. If we've got y equals f of x, so we've got y of a function, and then outside of the brackets we've got plus a. That means you move it up or down. So plus however many a represents. Okay, and if you've got y equals f of x minus a inside the brackets, then that's how many units left or right. Okay, so outside of the brackets is up or down, inside the brackets is left or right. So if we've got a graph like this, so we've got a quadratic, this is a function y equals f of x. Now I want to work out, well, what is y of f of x minus 1? Now, because it's inside the brackets, that's therefore going to go left or right. And it's the opposite of what you'd expect. So minus 1, you'd expect that to be going 1 left, but actually it goes 1 right. All of these points just move 1 to the right. So you can just pick some points where it goes through a corner and you're just moving them 1 across. So then when you've got your quadratic and you sketch it like so, you're just moving the graph 1 to the right. I'm going to go through this one. So we've got the minimum is at 5, 2. This is the curve y equals f of x. Now here we've got f of x plus 3. So that means that it's going up or down. And because it's plus 3, that's just going to move the whole graph up 3. So if we've got 5, 2, I'm not changing the x coordinate. I'm moving the y coordinate up 3. So it's going to be 5, 5. Now what about this one? Okay, we've got two different transformations here. Inside the brackets means it goes left or right. Outside the brackets, it means it goes up or down. So x plus 1 is going to go 1 left. And minus 2 means it's going to go 2 down. So what's the coordinate? If it goes 1 left, the x coordinate is going to be 4. And if it goes 2 down, the x coordinate is going to be 0. So just remember, I don't think I was as clear in the last slide as I could have been. You've got f of x. You've got f of x plus a number. That means it's up or down. Outside of the brackets is going to be up or down. If it's inside the brackets, it's going to be left or right. Okay, so I'm going to do the ones on the left. Okay. So we've got, starting with y equals f of x, describe the translations below. So we've got f of x plus 3 outside of the brackets, so that's going to be moved 3 up. Inside the brackets, x plus 3 is the opposite of what we expect, so that's going to be 3 left. Outside of the brackets, that's going to be 5 down. Inside of the brackets, I'd expect that to be 5 left, but it's the opposite to what you'd expect. So we're moving it 5 to the right. This one is going to go 5 right and 2 up. So we've got 5 right and 2 up. And this one is going to go 1 to the right and 1 down. So 1 right and 1 down. Okay, pause the video and attempt the questions on the right hand side. So starting with y equals x squared, what have we done here? Well, we've got y equals x squared, and then we've got plus 3 outside of it. So that's just going to move 3 up. This one, we've got x plus 5 squared, so that's just going to be moved 5 left. This one is going to be 3 right, 4 up. This one's outside of the outside of the x squared, so that's just going to be moved 5 down. And this one is going to be 4 left and 10 down. Okay, here are some questions. What I want you to do is describe each translation, and then for these ones, for question 2, describe the function and sketch the graph. Okay, so y equals x squared. Y equals x squared looks like this. So if I was just to do the first one, we've got it outside, so I'm going to move that 1 up. So if that's y equals x squared, the graph of y equals x squared plus 1 has just been moved up so that that coordinate there is 0, 1. Okay, so pause the video, play when you're ready to go through the answers. Okay, so we've got some more questions before we go through the answers. So you've got, how did you get from the graph of y equals x squared, which goes through the point 0, 0, to the graph that we've got? What has happened to the graph? Okay, 5 and 6. And then here are the answers. Okay, the second part is reflecting graph. So if we've got y equals f of x, the best way, if you look at the second one, the best way that I can understand this is it says inside the brackets minus x. It means all of the x coordinates have been flipped. All of the x coordinates have been reversed. So if all of the x coordinates have been reversed, this y-axis must be the mirror line. So if you've got minus x, all of the x coordinates have been reversed, so you're reflecting it in the y-axis. It is slightly tricky to get your head around. And if it's minus outside of the function, then you're flipping it in the x-axis. So pause the video and copy those down, and then I'll just go through some examples to confirm that. So on the left, here's a function y equals f of x. It's just a function. 0.41 is a point on the graph. The point P is a point on the graph. Okay, so we've got minus f of x, so it's outside of the brackets, so we're flipping it in the x-axis. Well, that would mean that the x value is still going to stay the same, but where it's plus 1, it's going to be minus 1 for the y coordinate. Now, in this example, all of the x coordinates are getting reversed, so the y coordinates staying the same. We're not changing the y coordinate, but all of the x coordinates are getting reversed, so we're going to have minus 4, 1. Okay, pause the video and attempt the question on the right-hand side. We've got our function y equals f of x, and the coordinate is 5, 2. Outside, we're flipping it in the x-axis. So the x coordinate is going to stay the same, but the y coordinate is going to be become negative. And this time the x coordinate is going to become negative. So we've got minus 5, and the y coordinate is there. Okay, here are some questions for you to try. The answers will follow. Okay, here's a GCSE question for you to try. So you've got the graph of y equals sine x. It goes between 1 and minus 1 that we've done before. What is the graph y equals sine x plus 2? Pause the video, give it a go, and we'll check in a minute. So y equals sine x, it's not inside the bracket, so we're just moving the whole thing up by 2. So that's going to be there. This one's at 1, so it's now going to go up to 3. So what we're doing, in effect, we're just moving the whole graph up by 2. So we're going to have... I made a mistake there. I've made a mistake because this one here. Dear me, terrible. So this point is wrong here. Always worth doing it in pencil. This one, I made another mistake. This one moved up by 2 is going to be here. So we've got our graph looking something like that. Okay, well done if you managed to get that one correct. Right, we've got some exit tickets to finish. So read the question, give that a go, and we'll check in a second. Okay, so outside of the brackets, that's going to go 3 up. So moves the graph 3 units up. What about this one? Okay, so it's outside of the brackets. Minus cos x means that it's going to be reflected in the x-axis. And then this one. How do you get from y equals sine x to sine brackets x minus 90? That is 90 right. So it's going to be shift of 90 right. Okay, well done. And I look forward to teaching you tomorrow.